to extend this conversation, in fact, Sharmin in all her chats, when she was asked that, was it easy for you to get the film? She said, I couldn't even think for a second that I'm working with my Mamu Jan. He wasn't that person. For me, he was a director. And this is what I had to surrender to, and I had to become that person. So in her conversations also, she has spoken about that. What was like molding her for this particular role? Because she's raw in a sense that she's not really...
She has a face that is just what Alamzeb should be. Somebody who doesn't want to be a tawayaf, somebody who feels I'm not a tawayaf, somebody who has no makings of a tawayaf. So, wo wala kirdar jo tha, or innocence, when all these faces which have lived life, which have seen life, who are surviving through a lot of manipulation and mental games, and you needed somebody with very fresh, innocent quality to her. Somebody who doesn't talk like a tawayaf, doesn't walk like a tawayaf. And that person who wants to break free with some pursuit of wanting to write poetry. So I felt that Sharmin was the correct choice for Alamzeb, not because she is my niece. Yeah, she had to go through the grind. There were innumerable number of tests, there were innumerable number of auditions. There's no end to the number of tests that I've done with her. After I've decided to cast her, then I said, you have to go through the grind, you have to get it right, you have to get it right. Because this world, you've never been to. You've never acted in a world like that. All these other actors have worked over the period of time in a film like this, or a character like this, or have understood all these nazakats and thumkas and nakhras and all that. They've understood.
I have to mention Manisha Koirala because this has made us also revisit Khamoshi. So many people are now discussing about that and the work that she's done. And she said in all her chats that, it took me 28 years to do a film with him. What took that? I mean, there was a long gap between you and her working again. Why did you not work with her earlier in any of your films?
नहीं लगा कि होना चाहिए. Khamoshi was a very important film. I was very grateful that she did that film, and she had loved the script. I liked the idea immensely, and she thought it was poignant. It was something unusual. It was something not done before. Parents were possessive about their daughter and not letting her go because she's their ears. She said it's a very unusual project. I am game for it. So I finally went to her and said, now I've come back, I've had everybody saying no. She said, don't worry, I'll do it. And she was at the top of her game at that point of time. So when she did it, I was very grateful to her, to Salman, to Nana, to Seema Biswas, who were all at the prime time, and I got that cast. I will always be grateful to Manisha for a great performance, for her having to agree to do it. And I said, when time comes, we shall do. I need to let go a lot of things in my mind to settle it. So when Heeramandi happened, I said, she hasn't worked for a long time. She's a very special actor. She's the most beautiful woman we've had in a long, long time. And I've seen her through 42. We had whatever work I did with Manisha was always special.
Yes.
1942 love stories. Songs worked out very well. Khamoshi, even if it didn't do well at the box office, was a very special role in her life. She was outstanding in the film. I said, let's call her. There is something very pure about her right now. There is something very unseen, not exposed too much. And she's an actor who I know is very intelligent. She's a very intelligent woman. She's a very sharp woman. So her questioning on the set, her understanding of her character, what am I going to do, how will I do. She will listen to all my instructions carefully, then put it in her own way, which an actor, which is the freedom I give an actor. I should allow you to interpret my instructions your way. I cannot tell you how to do it. You have to understand me and want it and give it to me the way I want it.
Right.
And that chemistry and understanding that I've had with Manisha, I never felt that we've not worked for 30 years. The love that she has for me today is a lot more than she had for me 28 years ago, 30 years ago, 96. 94 we started shooting. So it's 30.
Yes, almost.
Yeah, it's a long time. But she's a very special actor. Whenever even in the future, if I'll do something with her, it'll turn out. There's a chemistry. There's a love for her. There's her love for me. Her respect for what I create. And she would listen to me carefully. Then when she's performing, I'm watching her carefully because she's doing a few things differently than what I'm asking her to do, which is what I appreciate, which is what I want, which is what I love. So it has been a great one this time working. I have had no complaints.